Hey, hey! Michelle here from Sensate Soul, as well as the Soul Translator, along with Mr. Ollie. And I wanted to pop into video here quickly to speak about if we're new to each other. I work with HSPs and empaths and what I call empreneurs to be empowered and healthy and happy in our lives and also in our work. And if we're new to each other also, you may not know, or if we are familiar with each other, you know how much I am very against this mindset and belief and idea that we absorb energy from other people. And it's a very toxic mindset. It's, as I see it, a very disempowering, and it can be incredibly kind of like helpless feeling. If you think about if you're going through the world and you're just going to be picking up involuntarily, unconsciously, everybody else's energies. And here is something that I want to introduce as something for you to chew on around this, that is based in science and is a possibility of what's going on. This is what I believe. So we have this process, we all entrain with each other. That is entrainment, this most simple form is when like two cells in a petri dish, you put two heart cells in a petri dish and they'll start to resonate with each other. If they're little like ba-boom, 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 but if they're out of sync, they will start to sync with each other. And that's what entrainment in essence is. And here's another thing. The thing with our cells is that when you get down into the cell and the atom, yes, atoms can absorb energy, but when you go out through the layers, there is energetically, electromagnetically, these receptors on our cells, and I believe also in our energetic system, that I can identify like what is self and what is no self. If you want a little bit more info on this, please do check out the work of epigenetics and Dr. Lipton, Bruce Lipton, and others who work in this field. And this is all like quantum science meets biology meets spirituality. And we all have these energetic and biological systems that identify what is self and what is no self. Think about our immune system. Our immune system is totally like, you know, a whole system that's set up about identifying what is me and what is not me. You know, like when we're sick or something like that, our response is a way to be able to clear out and get back to a level of homeostasis, because something has been introduced in the system that is not, that is potentially very unhealthy for that system. So there's that level. Then there is this idea of entrainment. And here's my suggestion, and here's what I believe. When we say that we are, absorbing somebody else's energy, what I believe is really happening is that we are trying to entrain to them. And the energies in the cell, this is true for cells as well, and I totally believe that this is also true for our energetic and emotional systems. You know, there's either something is constructive or destructive. There's either something that is enhancing or not. There's something that is resonant or dissonant. And so when we are affected by somebody else's emotions, energies, as empaths, as HSPs, when we are feeling affected by them, by their presence, what we are feeling is our own emotional system, our own energetic system, trying to entrain to their energy. And there is an internal rejection of trying to entrain to something that is dissonant or negative. And then what we feel is this feeling of depletion or overwhelm, because it is hard to try to like calibrate our system to continue to meet, be with, and even, try to change the energetic a system of another one. So what I feel is really happening when we are either elated or we are depleted by being around somebody as HSPs, as empaths, and everybody has this, but we are, because we have a higher sensory processing, we have it even more. So then what we're really feeling, I believe, is a level of entrainment fatigue, or entrainment enhancement. So when you're around somebody who is a good match, that you're resonating, and this is not just high vibing. This is not just like, oh, we feel really good when we're around, people who feel really good. Yes, that's true. But also when there's an authentic resonance where there's love, where there's compassion, where there's empathy, where there's, support, we can be around somebody and feel still resonating with them if we're in a place of intimacy, if we're in a place of witnessing, if we're feeling with them and for them because they're going through a hard time, or we are empathetic with their sadness or with true things that are going on in their life. And also that can be equally true, and I believe is equally true, if the person is, feeling really good and joyful. So I just want to make sure that there's no oh, well, we have to be high vibing all the time, because that's just not life. It's not realistic. It's ebbs and flows, and there's nothing wrong with high vibing, and there's also nothing wrong with meeting people ourselves. This is where the healing and growth happens, right? In those places where we want to tend to and be tender to and empathetic to our own wounds, our own hurts, and where we can heal and forgive. And that's when we have that empathy for ourselves. So just chew on this as a possibility that really what we are feeling is we're not absorbing other people's energies. If you think about what that could mean, really, that could be a whole mess of a problem if we're really absorbing everybody else's energy. But what I believe is happening is we are feeling a certain amount of entrainment, energetic and emotional entrainment, and the fatigue or the elation of that, because our systems are always trying to if we're trying to biologically be in homeostasis, energetically and emotionally, we're also trying to be in a place of homeostasis. So this entrainment is like regulating ourselves. We're attempting to be in vibe or in harmony or in homeostasis with others. And sometimes, the frequencies are so off that we just can't be, right? Sometimes it's just like somebody is just really not healthy for us. Sometimes being part of something is really not healthy for us. And that's because we can't entrain with it, because it's not for us to entrain to. All right, so I hope this has been helpful. I'm going to be doing more videos on this because I believe this topic is really important. And I do encourage you to check out the work of epigenetics and Bruce Lipton, and really looking at the science of energy, of quantum physics, will give you a different perspective on this idea around what does it really mean to absorb energy. My question I always ask people is, if you really believe that you absorb energy, how does that serve you? What is that doing for you? Because in my experience, it's great when everything is good and when people are feeling, positive and high vibing. It's really difficult when that's not the case. And why would you want to be absorbing energy from others when the majority of us are dealing with our day-to-day challenges and unconscious processing and struggles, as well as our just the unbearable lightness of being. So it's easy to say that, I believe, when we think that we're just absorbing good stuff, but the reality is that life is a lot messier than that, and humans are a lot messier than that. And I believe the idea that we're trying to entrain with others is much more empowering, because then you get to manage your own energies, which again, I want to say this, that what I feel when we are feeling depleted is not the other person's energies, it's within our own energetic and emotional system. It's our own emotions and energies are getting triggered within our own system, and then we can feel what we feel from that. It's not other people's energy, it's how it's affecting our own. Please do come on over to sensatesoul.com, get things, join us over there, get things that I only share in private emails. Please do like this video if you did. Leave a comment, love to hear what you think about this topic. And also share with a friend and subscribe if you so choose. All right, take good care. Mr. Ollie and I say bye for now.